first thing that I really want to talk about is, really how to build leaders. Like, I remember as a diamond, I think was the old rank. I think it was premier-ish, almost platinum, premier, and it was. I didn't know what to do next, right? I didn't know how to develop leaders, and the biggest thing that helped me, I think Anthony recommended this book for me, and I read it, and it really helped me kind of develop why and what and on what are the actual steps that I do with a new person that I'm working with. Anthony said it best. He said, every single 90 days, you look for one person that you run with, right? One person that you really focus on. Because the reality is, if you work with a lot of people and you're not focused on a person or two, you're gonna just like spread yourself way too thin. And it's very, very key. See, successful network marketers, they get the most out of new reps, and what they do is they help them become more with their mentorship. That's all it is. That's all it is. Not a mentor doesn't mean I gotta text you every single day. Is that the stuff that I'm dropping here and here and here, even on social media, that's kind of personal mentorship, because every single person that watches my social media understands what I talk about in a very different manner, right? This is why Anthony's talking about, social media. What he's talking about is your value, giving it out and communicating with everybody, talking to everybody. And that's very key. One of the things that was very hard for me is develop this Arabic thing. I was telling him earlier today, it's so hard to pitch 3 years straight in English and then switch to Arabic, right? Or the motivation stuff. Oh my God, that took me probably 3 hours to say. It was 3 minutes. It took me 3 hours, right? But there has to be a shift. But I noticed the networkers or the people that are looked up on in the Middle East, what they do is very simple. They speak English and Arabic. I'm like, okay, well, I can do that. I can do a lot of Arabic and, mix in a couple English in there. And that's very key, right? So one of the major things that I learned how to do, I don't know who I learned it from. One of the mentors from Kuvera is something called a Sincerity Test. So I'm going to see how sincere you are, especially as a new person, right? Or as a executive-ish or almost executive, right? And you got to ask them a question, how serious you are about this business. Very, very simple question, right? How serious you are about this business, right? One of them will say, hey, I'll try. From the language, you can tell. Some people will say, I'll try. Some people will say, I'll do my best. And the third person will say, I'll do whatever it takes. The person that says whatever it takes is the person that obviously you're going to work with. Where Anthony said it best, 80-20. 80% of your focus goes on 20% of the people. Very simple, right? So that's very, very key. So you enhance your relationship with leaders. I was talking to in the executive chat yesterday, and I was saying communication has to be key throughout the organization, right? The most vital thing as a network marketer is your communication. Your communication with the team. Your communication with the leaders. Even if you're calling them to just chit-chat. I promise y'all, Anthony calls me sometimes, and it's not about the business. I understand what he's doing. Kane calls me sometimes, and it's not about the business. They are developing leadership. They're developing a relationship. And that's very key. Your people, you have to develop some leadership, right? I've been calling some people from, my leaders in the Middle East, like Amir and Jassim on the call, and Shuja. We've been just chit-chatting on nothing. God knows. We're just talking. But I'm trying to develop a friendship, a relationship that would last. Because business is going to get rocky. It's going to get rocky. We're going to have a bad week, a bad 2 weeks, a bad month. It's part of the game, right? Something's going to happen. And once you're able with your friendship to sustain that, you'll have a big business. So three things that you got to do right now, right? Number one is define what a leader is. You have to figure out to you what a leader is. That is key. What is a leader in your eyes, right? Now, I want you guys to drop in the chat. In your eyes, what do you think a leader should be or should look like? Or what should a leader do? There's no wrong answers, by the way. Open to learn, initiative of speed and action, coachability, service, putting themselves out there, consistent action takers, professional students of the industry. I believe it. Getting uncomfortable, coachability. A leader should show things are done by example. Absolutely. I mean, majority, you kind of hit it on point. But three things for me, as my experience in the past couple of years. Number one is student of the business. I want you to be a student, learning. That's number one. Number two, they observe and then they do. You see, I remember this is very clear. We had an event when I first got started in the Monte Carlo in Mississauga. And Kane, I remember he dyed his hair yellow and he dipped to Mexico. And I'm like, okay, well, who's running the event on Tuesday? They said, oh, we're canceling it. I'm like, no, we're not. Because I have people coming and my team is just starting out. I'll figure this out. I messaged Kane. I'm like, how much are you paying? And can you connect me with your connect? He's like, bro, trust me, not a lot of people come. I'm like, bro, it's from my team. Don't worry about it. By the way, my team was 2 people, but that was besides the point. Besides the point. I did that event, and that event was actually packed. Because I told all the leaders, hey, come through. I paid for it already, right? This is when I was not making money, by the way. So observe and do. And number 3 is the biggest thing, is they handle problems. Oh my God, this is the big one. They handle problems. You see, I see even leaders, a diamond executive, or even an ambassador sometimes, they just take the problem and they give it to their leader. Like, hey, we have a problem. What are you doing? You're supposed to solve the problem before we get... See, when I come to Anthony with a problem, when I come to Ken with a problem, best believe I have a solution already. I'm not a young kid. I'm not here playing games. I'm coming to Anthony. Anthony, bro, we have a problem right here. But guess what? I have the solution. I'm just letting you know. Just keeping you in the loop, boss. Right? That is very key. So I messaged Kane. I'm like, hey, bro, I think there's a disconnect between 6-figure earners and the top level because we're not communicating and we're sending out the same messages to the exec and above. So there has to be a lot. He's like, yes, okay, let's do something about it. I'm like, bro, I already did. I already created a diamond chat, bro. You think I'm just letting you know, boss. Diamond and exec, diamond and above chat. So you got to learn how to handle problems. You have to learn. Company's going to go through ups and downs. You have to learn how to handle this problem. So that's number 1. Define what a leader is. Number 2 is how do I find leaders? Anthony talked about it. That's kind of one of my trainings. You have to develop relationship with networkers. Very key. Very key. Develop relationship with networkers. Develop relationship with business people. Develop relationships with people that you can bring on and they can double up your business. Right? And you have to learn how to build from scratch. Why? Because the people that you build from scratch will always be loyal to you. See, no matter what happens, Anthony and Kane built me from scratch. So guess what? My loyalty is more gonna be for Anthony and Kane. Is that making sense? When you build people from scratch, loyalty is higher. At all times. At all times, right? But here's a problem. Who do you spend your time with? Anthony said it every 90 days. Who qualifies for me to spend 90 days of my energy, of my time, my valuable time with? And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Here's a big breakthrough that I had in my career. Are you guys ready for this? This is a big one. And I promise you, it will shock you. Some of you guys will go into depression because of this. It is key. Here's the thing. You have to give people some tests. Yes, I said it. Some exams. And they gotta pass for you to work with them. You see, if I get you started and you hit executive, that was not the test, boss. The test is coming. So when I see an upcoming leader, I'm gonna give them a test. And I do this a lot. By the way. Like, hey, bro, this is a great book. Trust me, it will help you go to 6 figures. Here's the link, go buy it. And I know in my head, I'm timing this. I sent this guy this time, and I set up a date of when we're going to talk about the book, maybe in a week or 2, and I'm going to watch. And the level of how they respond to me is how much I respond to them. Right? So there's 2 types of people. The first person, I'm going to message them next week, like, hey, bro, how's the book? Honestly, bro... Yeah, the thing with my uncle's daughter's wife happened, and yeah, I didn't really start it, but I'm gonna start it. Trust. I know how you do anything is how you do what? Everything. So I know for a fact, I'm gonna take this person and not take them as seriously as I actually want them to. right? The second part is somebody that I'm gonna message him in a week and be like, bro, how was the book? Bro, that book was crazy. I love what I saw. Love what I saw, right? And I learned a lot of things. Here's my notes. I know I'm working with an ace. I don't have to waste my time. And by the way, it's not only books. You know, the point is give them tests. Put them under pressure. I said it in the chat earlier today. Put them under pressure. Yesterday, I texted Lily 20 minutes before the call. I'm like, boss, we have a call with 150 people. We're promoting Ahmed as an ambassador. I think you should figure this out. I sent a screenshot of what she said yesterday. She figured it out. Well, that was a test, boss. Congratulations, you passed. And trust me, we beat all the leadership. I think subconsciously we do it. We just test people. I think me and King just have fun with it. That's why. But it shows you who's really made up of who. So when some of y'all messaged me earlier today, it's like, bro, like, is it like, let's say I don't qualify. If you even think that you're not gonna qualify for the boat, I know what your mentality is. You're living in this side, not this side. No matter how top of a leader you are, that's very key, right? You shouldn't be afraid of not qualifying for a goddamn boat. And that is very key, right? So give them exams, give them tests. Give them tests. So that's number 2 is define what a leader is. Number 1, define what a leader is. Number 2, how to find a leader. Number 3 is what do you teach these people once you get them? What do you teach these people once you get them? Well, it's very easy. It's very easy. Rakan, do I teach them about the products? Do I get them to master the comp plan? Do I get them to master the thing with the crypto elite, with the thing and automation and thing? These are all key steps, yes. Promise you, they probably need it. But the most important thing that you gotta teach them is a leader's mindset. And how to respond to problems that they're gonna have in their organization. Because problems are inevitable. You're gonna have problems. I'm gonna have problems. We're all gonna have problems. We have to deal with it. The best way, and here's a big tip, the best way, y'all gotta listen to this, the best way to deal with problems in your organization is through sharing stories. We do the feel, felt, found, hit story. Hey, bro, honestly, man, I'm having so much trouble in my business. The Forex alerts, bro, my God, like it's... bro, honestly, bro, I feel you. I felt the same way. Feel, felt, found. But what I found is this. And let me tell you a story. And I'm going to hit with a story. This is why it's important for you to hear other leaders' stories, right? You're going to hit with a story. And you got to somehow get them thinking about a story that happened. So Ahmed's story is key. Why? Why do I love late success stories? I don't mean disrespecting Ahmed, but why do I love late success stories? It means that you can make money even if you don't hit 6 figures in 6 months type of thing, right? Even if you don't hit 6 figures in 6 months, it is key to do it. You want people to have, I'm not saying you want them to have slow success, but you want to have people looking at people like, hey, after 2 years and a half, he hit ambassador. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So there is hope. So when somebody comes in and doesn't hit executive in the first 3 months, like, honestly, bro, this is why my story, I think, is one of the best. Baby, 6 months, bro, I made no money. So, babe, I have retention ratio like crazy. 6 months, bro, I didn't make no money. Okay, cool. So it's normal. So that's kind of one of the major things that they need to really learn is stories with people. And once you kind of finish your stories, once you really get these stories, it will get people to stay. And once it gets people to stay, you grow a big organization, and you'll see your team grow and grow and grow. And you teach your leaders how to solve problems and deal with things by a story, right? By a story. You see, fast success is really cool as it looks for the organization, but it's really bad for the bottom people that have been around because they start giving up. And your job as a leader is to reignite the hope in these people. Now, not every single time you can really bring them back from the dead. It is what it is. You know, people call me names because I'm very heartless, so-and-so called. But I know how how to reignite the hope when it's gone. And if there's no hope, we just gotta cut them out. See, there's a law called trim the fat. You have to always learn how to trim the fat from your organization, even if these people are your friends. Anything that hurts your organization, it hurts your income, it hurts the people that are trying to have success, you gotta cut it out right away. Right away. Anything against compliance, cut it out. Cut it out. And you have to be strict with it. You see, people don't like people, or people don't like leaders that are wishy-washy. You wanna have proper expectations. And you gotta learn how to say no. I had a guy while on the call with Anthony. He's like, "Hey, bro, you're free for a three-way call at 9 o'clock." No, I'm not. And not because of that, because he's an executive leader. And I've taught him how to do a call. He's like, "Honestly, bro, he's this guy. He's rich. I don't care. Go sell the goddamn thing. Go. Go F up. I need you to F up more so you can figure this out without me. I need you to, this is why I created the diamond chat, because eventually I want to leave the executive chat and you guys got to be running the executive chat. And you guys eventually want to move on when you're a six-figure earner from the executive chat and focus on the diamond chat. So I move on to another chat, which is a six-figure earner chat. And that's how we grow in duplication in our organizations.